You know, it's always Ruina recordings where I always have to mess things up, ain't it? It's always this series. Now, you might be wondering what I'm waffling on about. Well, yeah, this isn't actually my voice that's being recorded in real time. I'm having to record my audio in post because I'm a fucking idiotic chud who can't do anything right and forgot to plug their microphone in during the recording. So I'm gonna have to give a bit of a brief overview of what the fuck's happened in this recording. So let's start off. So we started off, you know, how we've usually been starting off these last few episodes with the abnormality fight. This was against the Queen Bee. You know, it wasn't that hard of a fight, truth be told. It was mainly just managing spore stacks and dealing with the workers and then just bursting the Queen down. Not too hard, not the most difficult part of the whole thing. We kind of ended the fight without any survivors, but hey, even if we die and the enemy dies during the same turn, that's still technically a win for us, isn't it? Now, what really shocked me, and what really annoyed me about missing out on this, is that we unlocked a little something. We unlocked a little something while we were going through that whole ordeal. You would imagine my surprise when I saw that there was another exclamation mark on Malkov's floor. And I click on it and it says, "Have you prepared yourself to view the final episode of the Floor of History story?" What the fuck could that mean? So you know what, instead of just glimpsing over it and skipping over the entire storyline, I'm gonna reread exactly what happened here. How has the compilation of history been going? I came over with Angela this time. She says the time has come for this floor or whatevs. Angela, I won't be afraid of facing you anymore. Do as you wish. I care little about what you think of me. What I want is a progress report on the compilation of history you've been doing. I guess I knew too little about the city I lived in. I couldn't manage to compile a comprehensive timeline of the city's history. Perhaps it was an impossible task for an adept, talentless over-enthusiast like you. All these big and small events seem to form a coherent history, but the gaps between notable events are just so large, I can't sort them out clearly. It's like no one properly remembers their history. Or they could be refusing to remember. Refusing to remember? Of course, looking back at the things of the past won't help your present self one bit. But if we know our past, we can avoid making the same mistakes. It could help to an extent. Is that truly worth being reminded of all the painful memories, though? Like I said, people in the city barely have any time to reflect on themselves, and that time's only been getting shorter. So it's going to be even harder to read about things that happened before they were born, especially those that aren't directly related to them from their books. Can't make a book out of something no one knows. No, I'm sure everyone knows their own history, they just lack the courage to face it. I'll make sure to remember and record everything and fill those gaps. The library, Lobotomy Corporation, and things that happened before, all this history, inked with blood. Employees and abnormalities, countless repeats of agonies, deaths and neglects. The library was built on top of their graves. And you are no exception, Malkov. You're right, I'm no different from anyone else, and the same can be said for the rest of the city. All the things we did with Carmen in my first life, all the things I did with you in my second life, I'll carve all that pain and sorrow on my heart. You're the one trying to run away from the past, Angela. You're refusing to face it. What's the point if all those pasts are going to be the same anyway? They would all be minor variations of a human kills another and causes an event, resulting in a change. I suppose the library's history would stand out in that it's the non-humans that are killing humans. I fail to see the significance of the record you're trying to make. But even if the history were a repeating cycle of similar events, you can't guarantee that the future would be just the same. We can't let all the sacrifices and bloodshed go in vain, especially because history repeats itself. The blood spill in the past opened up the possibilities of the future so that the ones who survive can take those new paths. I'm sure your history began with such a path, Angela. It's easy for you to say. I cannot stand to hear you speak as if you know everything. Attain the will to stand up straight in ever-repeating history? My beginning. What makes you think you're qualified to talk about my creation? Angela, you're the one refusing to confront your own beginning. She's nothing like her at all. But Ayan, surely you already know. Did you put in all that work just for a simple vending machine that dispenses soda at the press of a button? Maybe I did after all. At the very least, you should give it a name. There is nothing I can even do if you put on a face like that. It's an unspoken rule that the creators names their creation. I could care less about a machine's name. Don't dump your job on someone else. You're the designer. There, the door over there. It'll be waiting for you. It seemed lonely. You're the machine that must lead us out of the pits of hell. Angelos. Angela. I remember you, Ian. You were a person with a warm smile. What did I do wrong? Please understand, Angela. He's not yet ready, that's all. He just needs a little more time. Benjamin, may I ask you a question? Sure, I'll answer what I can. Everything seems so slow to me. Your movement looks so sluggish. The gestures, the speech, all of it. Even my own body feels slow. It's as if my body cannot keep up with my mind. That's because you were designed to perceive time 100 times slower, Angela. Why is that? You'll face lots of emergencies as you work. And you have to be the first to react to those situations, Angela. What's more, you'll vividly remember everything you see and experience. I see. What will my work entail exactly? You'll see soon enough. No, I suppose it won't be soon for you. I'm sorry, Angela. Why are you apologizing to me? I just feel like we've done terrible things to you and that person. Here, let me tell you a few things about this corporation and the city. In the backstreets, the Leica sweepers and fixers live out their lives tangled in vomit and waste, unravelling their sickening tales. Those who live in the outskirts are still crying out to break into the city. Meanwhile, people in the city throw away their lives trying to belong to a nest. And we're going to change that. We have a lot of tasks ahead of us. Why do you refuse to look at me? Why do you always turn your back on me? A machine must behave as a machine. Don't question it. Then why did you give me the capacity to question things? Why did you have to make me, breaking the AI ethics amendment? Why did you have to model me after a person with fond memories of you? I am here, looking at you and only you. Don't look at me. Don't speak to me unless I speak to you first. You'll never be her. You're just a machine. Benjamin, is it so wrong that I was born a machine? Could be a problem to some, but I don't mind it at least. To me, whether you're a machine or a human is not what determines who you really are. Then if I worked hard to have a kind heart, will you look back at me? Probably, eventually. I'll trust you, Benjamin. What is this? It's called a script. The things I must do. My purpose. If everything goes as you planned, can you really be redeemed from the hell you're trapped in? There's no way you would answer me. What on earth did I just say? These are Angela's memories. You alright, Angela? You got yourself lost in the vast sea of desolation, and now you think you can lecture me? Are you trying to boast to me that you had someone to look after you in the end? Don't be ridiculous. Malcuff, care to tell me what's going on right now? Angela is resonating with the library. The library seems to be reacting to Angela's mental state. I don't exactly know what's happening, but at this rate, must be nice to be you, not being neglected at the end. Don't tell me, is that monster? It looks more like a case of the distortion. That must be another side of Angela, manifested from her mind with the library's powers. Looks mighty dangerous. What are we supposed to do now? If her mind is physically manifested, maybe we can resolve her concerns in a physical way too. So you're telling me that we can help her out by dealing with her like how we receive guests? I'm not too sure myself, but there's only one way to find out, Angela. Here I come! And so began the first phase of the fight. This is interesting because this basically plays out as all of the suppressions that we had done previously on the floor, with some of them having different mechanics added in to catch you off guard. This one, there's not really a lot to talk about. It is just the fourth match flame fight. Just take out the candles and make sure they die before she can build up her huge AoE attack, and it's pretty fine. There wasn't really much struggle on this one. Next up was the hurting teddy bear boss fight. Not really a whole lot to say about this one, really. It was more so just making sure that she doesn't continuously clash the individual with the status, and you were completely fine. She rolls pretty high during this, to be honest, but so long as you've got the right pages and stuff, it's not too bad of a phase. I mainly just bursted her down with the burn. Then we've got the fairies. This is where I started having problems. I was able to take out the summons without too many issue. The issues really started when she got to half health. Because if you played Limbus Company, you would know about the funny reuses. Yeah, this boss had this mechanic and basically killed half my team with it because I was not paying attention to how much they healed. And then we had the Queen Bee phase, which, yeah, it was basically wraps at this point. The whole thing is that she basically forces a ton of enemies to target one person. And it's so difficult to deal with her because she just outspeeds your entire team. So, yeah. That was that. That was about as far as I got in this fight. And I know there was one more phase that I didn't get to because I have a skill issue. So after that humiliating defeat, I decided to instead, I decided to do something a bit more simple to wind down from whatever that was. And I decided to take on the 7 Association General Reception. This wasn't too bad. The real main threat of this was dealing with the fleshy skill, which... Fleshy, fucking, I don't know, bro. It's a very high-rolling skill that can deal a lot of stagger damage, which makes me wonder why the 7 Association were not Tremor in Limbus. Maybe they decided to make them Rupture because they're green. So I thought I'd pay it back by using the green team. Yeah, the first floor wasn't too bad, and the second floor wasn't really that much difficult. It was just having to fight Dante, who had Molinet, which... I mean, I don't think I ever had any problems with it. I think I just kind of staggered Dante before it was really a problem. I also picked up the Pebble, which I didn't really need for this fight, to be honest. I had 2 floors to do this with, and I could have probably taken on another wave, let's be honest. And that was about all that happened in that recording. So, you can probably see why I'm very peeved off with having to do this. Kind of as like a after thing, but I mean, hey, you at least can't say that there isn't much variation in these videos, can you? But anyways, that's going to about do it for this video. It's, yeah, I really do apologize for this, but this is probably the best format I could have done this in without just flat out re-recording the whole thing. But regardless, if you did enjoy this video, let me know by leaving a like down below. Subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the content. Thanks always for watching. I'm going to make sure I check my recordings from now on because I can't keep doing this. Take care and fare thee wells.